Installing solar panels yourself as a DIY project might sound like a good idea, but it probably won't end as you'd like it to.
Oh shit.
Now we are here today with our customer, Stus Reviews, who fancied taking on his own solar and battery project as a DIY project.
I don't want to let go of the thing. I don't want to let go of the handle. Oh God.
Oh gosh.
So let's see how he's going to get on. So one part of this project is installing 10 solar panels on this slate roof. We couldn't think of a better panel than the REA Fusion 2 ACM because this is an AC module, there's no high voltage DC, it's plug and play. So what he needs to do, we're going to help him, is install the mounting brackets to this Welsh slate roof. Then he needs to fit all the rails, he then needs to install the panels, plug them in, that's the easy bit DIYers. And then he needs to get a cable from this roof down to his battery, which is a Tesla Powerwall 3, the hallmark of DIY electrics. Now, to make this as easy as possible, because this is 13.5 kilowatt hours of usable storage, it's got an 11,000 watt inverter to do AC, so an AC coupled Powerwall 3, but we do need to install a gateway, and to install the gateway, we've got a problem, which is this DIY dilemma, because the panels are going on the garage. The incoming supply is in the house, and between the house and the garage is all of this land. And it's not just one flat bit of land, it goes across about 3 levels. We've got power cables going through the ground, and we need to get cables from there to there.
I've just recently bought this house, and if you can't tell, it's a bit of a mess right now. But I'm doing a lot of the work myself, bar some of the electrics. So I don't want to electrocute myself. But I'm doing things like the stud work, the brickwork, the plastering, all sorts of things, as much as I can. But as I said, electrics aren't my best skill. So I want solar panels. This is a separate subject here. But obviously that involves electrics and electricity. So I've decided to get a company in called Heatable to come and do that for me. But I kind of want to give it a go because look, how hard can electrics be, really? And if I'm being supervised by grown-ups, then that should be all right. Let's get to it.
Lost in thought, I'm tripping, oh, I'm wishing I was feeling different, looking for a reason why this feeling keeps on coming back.
So this job is a little bit different than one of our standard installs. We've never had a digger on site digging a massive trench, and we've also never had a popular YouTube figure like Stu here helping us through this install. So whilst the content is a little bit different, the products are the Heatable staple diet here. We have got 10 REA Fusion 2 ACMs, and they're going to go here on this roof. Next, we've got a Tesla Powerwall 3. That's going to go at the back of this little garage area, and linking to that is the Tesla gateway, which is right on the front of the property here. Now, you've probably spotted the first issue we've got, the distance between these two properties. Let's break this to our friend Stu.
Okay, so it's all about solar. And I want to try and get solar panels on the garage and power the house using the Powerwall 3 that's also on the garage. And I want to give it a go myself. So what do I need to do that?
Right, so you've got two problems. One of them is qualifications. DIY may be able to overcome qualifications. But the other one is you've got a garage here.
Yep.
You've got a house here. This is split level. That's one challenge. But you have got, with a Powerwall 3, you have something called a gateway. So that is an interrupter to your main supply. So a rural here, if you go off grid, the gateway will send a signal to the battery to turn on.
Okay.
Okay, so there's two components to a Powerwall. Powerwall battery, gateway. Both need to be linked with a power cable and data cables, okay? 12 volt. So your incoming supply is here, so you need to get what's called an SWA cable, so a steel wired armoured, of a suitable size, which you'll need to work out, to your gateway. You then are having a wall connector Tesla charger.
Right.
So you need another cable from here to your gateway. You've then got an AC solar system. So we're not going to take, because the panels are on the garage roof, so you need to run another AC cable, and we want to renew that power supply. These are all different ratings. You've got length of cable to consider, of course you need to work out how many strings you're going to have in the ground, because when you go off grid, the grid supply. Once you've done that, you need to cut the main supply to the house, connect it into the gateway. Once you've done that, phase here, so you can go to monitor each individual. Once you've done that, so you need to know how well you're encoding, you know what's coming in, what's going out. So once you've done that, that's the cabling. Then you're on to the panels, mounting the Tesla. I wouldn't do the electrical connections yourself, but if you can work out what those cables need to be, the spec of them, get them inducted in, get that trench dug, you'll be some way along the way to getting it done.
Right.
So even though he's known widely as a tech man, a DIY man, I think this was the point where Stu started to realise just how in over his head he actually was. Still, I don't think anything was going to stop him from at least trying his hands at the jobs. Speaking of the job, the first thing on everyone's mind was this soon-to-be trench.
Trying to make a picket sign.
No, I'm going to make a Cat and Jenny for the video. I think it's quite funny.
What's Cat and Jenny?
Before me, it's
How are we going to get in and out?
abseil down. No, I'm joking. Dude, just literally going to dig from there, from the mains. We're going to run that from there all the way around here into the garage.
You might want to come because the mains is there, right? You might want to.
I don't know if it's easy to
straight through here.
come straight through there. No, we'll lift these up.
Yeah.
Under there. Under.
Drill in.
Up here.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that then.
Now before you start digging in any ground, you need to be really careful because there could be power cables, there could be gas lines, there could be water mains. So you need one of these. This is a DIY Cat and Jenny. It's a scanner, so you lay your cables where you want to go or you're ducked in, and then you'll scan the ground, and if you hear it beep, you know there's something in the ground. Super important tool.
Just give a brief like what's going on right now.
It's a monkey with a tool. Right, I've got to chop down the tree. I don't like chopping down trees. I've never liked it, but they do unfortunately get in the way of future projects, such as solar panels. The digger you can see behind me over here needs to come through this very small section. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take at least a couple of branches off to try and get it through. But I'm not very good with the chainsaw.
The digger's got to come through here. So as part of the renewable journey, we're going to chop down some trees.
Fucking hell.
Did I nearly eat?
Close, but that's a go.
It's a good shot, it's a good shot.
Very good shot. Very nice.
Now this is that ducting, so we've got two 50mm ducts, so we need to run those cables in the ducting. If you're a DIY and you wanted to cut some corners, you could just lay them in the ground, but for the cost of this pipe, which doesn't cost a huge amount of cash, it's well worth investing in it. Now this pipe isn't regular ducting, this is the high quality stuff that comes with a drawstring already built in. So once you put your cables through, you tie them to one end and then you pull them through, because otherwise you've got to try and fish a draw line through it and it's a nightmare. DIY mistake.
So, with the cable run planned out and fed through, and the shrubbery removed from the root of the digger, the Heatable team were finally free to start carving out this trench. But it would become clear soon enough that they might have unearthed a little more than they bargained for.
So these are the ducts, we've now got the cables in them. The next thing we need
Oh shit.
on the wall, and the guys are going to drop these into the duct. Now, Stu,
Guys, I think I might have an issue. There's an issue. I think I've done a problem. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I'll have to turn the tap off.
So it looks like we've hit a what? A water pipe. Where's the stopcock? Oh shit! Where's that supplying?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Where's that supplying? Oh, is that the supply to the house?
Dina saved the day.
Yeah.
Shit. Is it a shared supply?
Well, you've got another one there.
2 minutes you had. 2 minutes. So that's a good example about not DIYing your solar cable trench. Now, that is a problem. That's the main supply pipe coming in from the street to his property. Now, luckily, it is Alcathene, which is sort of a modern supply pipe. It's lots of fixings are available for that. So he's just rang a plumber.
Say again.
They're going to come out, chop it, put a joint in, and then we can carry on with the digging. But it's just a nightmare. Middle of the day. We've now got no water for a brew either. Needless to say, we quickly got the actual digger operator back in the driver's seat to finish off the rest of the trench.
Right, moment of truth.
Pull it! No, not that one! So after pulling all of those cables through those ducts, we've got them protected. Next job, we've got to get them in this trench. Now, this sounds easier than it actually is because this length of cable in one place weighs an absolute ton.
Quite a big jump for you, ain't it, John?
Yeah, I know.
This is all of the trunking that is going in the ground in the trench all the way to the garage, and my God, it is so heavy. I mean, even lifting this on its own, I just picked it up to give it a go and give them a hand, and I wish I hadn't because I think I've thrown my back out. In total, they're saying it's about 200 kilograms, and there is no way in hell that I could drag a tubing of 200 kilogram cable right the way through this trench, all the way to the garage. No chance in hell. I've just watched 4 strong men drag that and struggle. I think I'll go and have a cup of tea instead. Be a bit easier.
So with those cables in, the plumber swings by, he fixes the pipe, and we can start cracking on backfilling that trench and making the ground good again. And now it's time to start terminating all those cables to the respective power source. And while the lads sorted that out, Jonty and Joe began the tedious job of adding the brackets and flashings to these, quite frankly, shut up tiles.
The flashing. Put the flashing on, and then you can put the slate back over it, and obviously cut around it.
Easy. I have no idea what's going on here. So it looks to me that what these guys are doing is they've installed this bar, which obviously can hold quite a bit of weight because they're both stood on it, which is quite impressive. Obviously that's to hold the weight of the panels that are going on here. But they're removing the slate from my roof, which is a bit worrying. I mean, I've always been told that you shouldn't sort of do that. Stops it being waterproof, problems could arise. But I'm trusting the process. But obviously, this is all about me having a go. So it is my turn to have a go at this, because obviously, like I said, how hard can it be? But there is an immediate problem, is I've said earlier, I don't particularly like heights. And the way this chap got on there was a bit scary. So would you mind just showing me how I get back on there to screw these things in?
Just like that. As much as you can, and put it on the bar rather than on the actual roof itself.
Easy. Fine, no problem. All right, let's give this a go then. Oh, will it hold 3 people?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm wiggling over, mate.
Oh, my God. Good grief. Oh, God. I'm going to go through the bleeding roof, aren't I? Hold on. What do? Do I put my hand on the roof, or?
You can do.
Yeah, just sort of lean into it.
Yeah, lean into it.
Lean into it. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, sugar. Okay.
Come this side of the hook side.
Yeah. I don't want to let go of the thing. I don't want to let go of the handle. This is terrible. Oh, this is not a good idea. I think I need to leave this to the professionals. I think I need another cup of tea. See you in a bit. Can someone help me down? Installing this is obviously far more precarious than I had first imagined, because you're quite high up. You're working on a roof that could collapse at any moment, on slates that could snap at any moment, on a bar that, okay, is taking my weight right now. Feels like it could snap at any moment. Oh, God.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm not dead. Oh, sorry about that. What have I done? I've broken a tile. Ah, shit. Yeah, look. See this. Let me just. This is why I shouldn't have been in charge of that. Am I open? Am I open?
Yeah, you one side, me the other? Can do.
Okay.
It's up to you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say.
What do you say? Walk it across. Using what?
Brute force, mate.
We can carry that, can't we? 120 kilos. Yeah. Bloody hellfire.
With the Powerwall now mounted to the wall, Jack can crack on with all the wiring he needs to do in that area. Stu needs to say goodbye to his digger friend, and I need to go and check out this roof to see what damage has he caused. Right, so it's not all bad for DIY solar, and it is possible and you can save money, but you need to be super competent. These guys here are professional roofers. We're working with a slate roof. It's really fragile. As you've just seen, our customer has already broken a slate. He's been up here for 5 minutes and he's broke a slate. So it does happen. Now the benefits of doing it yourself is you're going to save a lot of cash, but there are some considerations. One of them is you definitely shouldn't be tackling the electrics. It's super complicated, it's dangerous, and if you get it wrong, you're going to be in serious trouble. You've also got the challenge of, like, this is a Tesla Powerwall. You can't just DIY commission a Tesla Powerwall. You need to be an approved contractor, you need to have a certain login, and you need to know how to set it up. But the things you can do is stuff like this roof work. So on a more simple roof, a more straightforward roof, if you're competent, you could get this system on and you could install it yourself. And if you're gonna have an AC system, so if you choose a panel like the REA Fusion 2 or a regular panel with a microinverter, all the electrics you're doing on the roof are super safe because it's AC and it just plugs and plays. So you're not doing any high voltage DC connections. So it's not all bad. So with the light starting to fade, Joe and Jonty are going to crack on getting that roofing system finished. And in the meantime, Jack can start working on the comms for the Powerwall. We had nothing to do, so we just thought it would be good to stare at him awkwardly. Right, so that is the end of day one, and what has become pretty clear to us is that Stu's not really up to the job here when it comes to a DIY solar install. So, what have we got done today? Right, so digger has been, we've dug the trench, Stu went through a water main, we've had a plumber out, they've come, they've repaired that, we've now put the cables in, the ducts are in, we've backfilled it, got it all sorted. They're all down here. This is how many cables. We were showing you the system before, talking about sort of how many cables we had to run. That is all the cables that we needed to do this install, plus this one here. Now, Powerwall is on the wall. We need to get the cover on before we go home tonight, because this is an IP rated unit. Isolator is on. We've also got the gateway, I'll show you that now. Right, gateway isn't done. Got confused. Gateway case is on the wall, tails are through, earth is through. So tomorrow we will fit the guts of the gateway, get the door on, get it terminated, get it wired up and get home. See you in the morning. So they've got car chargers going on, AC's on the roof, so that little junction box there, coming down, that'll branch out then into the panels, and then this system comes with a manufacturer specific cable that just literally plugs and plays. That is DIY.
Oh, okay.
Very much so.
I wouldn't be able to lift that on my own there.
I know, they are heavy. I mean, you see the guys carrying up, I'm like, I mean, I can just about do the ladder. I'm two hands on shaking. So there's not much left to do on this second day. We got the gateway wired up and finished last night, along with that Powerwall. Jack did a sterling job getting that finished. What is left to do is wire this EV car charger, the Tesla unit, sort out some of these cables, and then get these panels on the roof the right way. So a classic DIY mistake would be, you fit them all, plug them all in and go, great, and then you go to build it on the app and you're like, which one's which?
And then we all mix and match.
So the rookie mistake everyone makes, new installers, sometimes we tell them, sometimes we leave it till the end. Because if you do it once, you never do it again. They don't take the stickers off, don't build the array.
Okay, yeah.
And then when on the end phase app, when you come to commission it, you have to say that one's there, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there. So what they're doing now is they're writing down the panel number, they'll build an array map, and they put the stickers on, they'll scan them in later, and that's how you know if it's in the right place.
It's clever.
But it's an easy rookie mistake. So while the roofers crack on with those panels, Jack wanted to give Stu an overview of how the Tesla gateway works.
Let's say I wanted to DIY this myself and I wanted to actually get some cabling from this meter to the solar panels to do the things that I need it to do.
Yeah.
Is this it? Are these the only cables I need?
No.
Which ended exactly as we thought it would.
In here, there's a lot that can go wrong. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get majorly hurt, and you might even put your system at risk.
Okay.
So,
right.
Stay away.
Okay. I can give it a go.
I mean, I tell you what.
No, do you know what? No. You keep that. I'm going to go make a cup of tea.
Now, Stu doesn't want to admit failure. He's got one more task that he wants to take on before giving up and handing the job back to us.
Oh, Jesus.
Just hold that for a second.
It's not a nice sound at all.
Just whiz it in.
Oh, look at this.
Literally till you get to one.
Until what?
It goes to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do, yeah. And then same for the top.
Oh, yeah. How the hell can I put my feet on the
You
roof?
can, yeah, just sort of flat-footed. Yeah, so if you go on it flat-footed,
Yeah.
you've got less chance of it snapping.
Jesus, I'm tall, and I can't even...
Yeah, I don't tend to do that bit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's it. Driller in.
It's all right?
Bit more. Just because I've got the weight again.
That all right?
Yeah, that'll do.
Hey!
Got a nice handprint on there as well.
Oh, Jesus. That's it now. I'll leave it like that. Bit of a... Wear gloves when doing this, kids. Good grief. That's the most confusing part of it all, is as a DIYer, I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't know what am I looking at, AC, DC? Yeah,
Just lately we've been doing a lot of DC systems, so when I started doing the array, I think Ben was telling you about the label you take off so you can identify each panel. I left the first two on because I've been used to doing DC systems, so I've just wrote the number down. I didn't want to take them back off.
Excellent, brilliant. The expert doesn't know, so I'm out, I'm gone, I'm going. I'm going to have a cup of tea because this is too much.
Stu,
All right?
are you alright if we you fit the charger?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we've ran the power cable. You just need to make the data off for your gateway. Make your data off at that end, but that'd help us out if you said you could do it before, so. Yeah? After you've landed that.
Do you know, one of the things I never expected was the speed. They installed the panels and the battery system within 2 days. They were done by lunchtime on the second day. But it has absolutely blown me away from start to finish, the entire process. And even now, a couple of days later, I'm surprised at how much energy these panels are already generating. I think there's a reason that people say that Heatable have the Porsches of solar panels, and that is obvious when looking at the stats. I mean, it's February and it's been pretty grey the past couple of days, and already I've generated kilowatts and kilowatts of energy. I can't argue with that.
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say.
So there you have it, another happy customer, another system activated, and we got to meet Stu. What a guy. Anyway, this video wasn't really designed to undermine anyone who wants to take on a DIY solar project. It's just there really to point out that it's not as simple as people make out, especially when you consider this high-tech technology like Tesla, REA, gateways. It can get super complex. Anyway, we're going to leave Stu with his system. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch up with him later on in the year to get some actual facts and figures. How much has he generated? How much has he saved? and also how is he getting on with that home renovation project. See you again soon.